In a kingdom where the sky had been clouded for over a century, the stars were just a myth. They said the world above the clouds once shimmered with lights that danced in silence, glowing with secrets only the heart could understand. But to the people of Nyrelia, that was just a bedtime tale for children, like magic, like hope. Except for one child. Princess Alara was born with a question in her eyes. While others bowed their heads to royal protocol and tradition, she would sneak out of the palace at night, climb the watchtower, and gaze at the darkness above, willing the clouds to part. Her tutors told her the stars were illusions. Her handmaids whispered she was wasting her time. Even the king, her father, once gently said, "My dear, some things are better left in stories." But Alara wasn't searching for stories. She was searching for truth. She grew up quiet and thoughtful, yet full of warmth. She would visit the villages dressed in simple clothes, helping elderly farmers carry their wheat, playing with children in the muddy streets, and sitting with sick mothers in their tiny homes. Listening, always listening. She wanted to understand her people, not just rule them. In those moments, she realized the kingdom was not just blanketed by clouds above. It was smothered by despair below. Generations had grown up believing in limits. They no longer looked up. They stopped dreaming. One evening, as Alara returned from the village, she passed an old woman selling handmade candles. The flames flickered delicately despite the wind. The woman caught her gaze and smiled with eyes that had seen too much. "You're the girl who looks for stars," the woman said softly. Alara froze. "How do you know?" "I used to look for them too," she replied, handing Alara a tiny candle. "They're still there. The stars. But not everyone is meant to see them. Only the ones who believe hard enough." Alara lit the candle that night and held it close on the tower. She whispered to the sky, "If you're there, please show me something." But nothing happened. No light broke through the clouds. No magic tore through the sky. Just the wind, the silence, and her small flame. Years passed. Alara turned 18. The kingdom celebrated with feasts and fireworks, but Alara felt only a quiet ache. She didn't want a crown if it meant accepting a world that had forgotten wonder. Then the drought came. The rain stopped. The rivers shrank. Crops withered. Hunger spread like fire through the villages. The king's advisors pushed for higher taxes to fund food imports, but Alara refused. "No," she said. "We will not take more from those who have nothing." Instead, she did the unthinkable. She sold her royal jewelry and ordered the palace kitchens open to the public. She worked alongside the cooks, serving meals to villagers in long lines. The royal gardens were turned into farms. Her personal chambers were open to orphans and widows. She slept on a cot in the old stables. The court was scandalized. "You are a princess," they hissed. "I'm a person," she answered. One day, a small boy named Tavin approached her with a wilted flower. "This is for you," he whispered. "You're like the stars Mama told me about. You make the dark feel less scary." Alara knelt, tears stinging her eyes. "Thank you, Tavin. That means everything." That night, as she stood again on the watchtower barefoot and tired, she whispered to the sky, "I don't need to see you anymore. I just wanted to believe you were real." And just then the wind shifted. A breeze unlike any she'd felt before swept through the tower. The clouds, thick and unmoving for a century, began to shimmer, then tremble, then part, slowly, carefully, like ancient curtains pulled back by unseen hands. One star appeared, then another, and another, until the entire sky blossomed into light. Alara gasped, falling to her knees, clutching the candle the old woman had given her years ago. All across the kingdom, people looked up. They dropped their tools, stopped their meals, stepped out of their homes. Children laughed. Elders wept. Strangers held hands. For the first time in living memory, the sky was alive. The king himself emerged from the palace, robe fluttering, mouth agape. What is this?" he asked. Alara turned to him, eyes shining. "It's hope, father. It never left. We just stopped looking." In the days that followed, everything changed. The drought broke. Rain returned. Crops began to grow again. But more than that, something deeper took root. People began helping each other. Not out of obligation, but out of love. A shoemaker taught a baker's daughter to read. A farmer shared his last seeds with a neighbor. Orphans were adopted. the kingdom of Nyrelia found its soul. Years later, when Alara was crowned queen, she wore no jewels, just a simple silver star around her neck. Every year on the night the stars returned, the people would gather across the land, light candles and look up together. They called it Alara's night, a reminder that sometimes the smallest flame, in the hands of someone who refuses to give up, can part even the darkest skies. And the stars? They never left again. Moral: kindness is not a weakness. Belief is not blindness. And even in the darkest night, one selfless heart can bring back the stars.